Ed Citronnelli came from a family that were not Christians. Every Hispanic or Latino, we consider ourselves Roman Catholic, but we never went to church. So my family were Roman Catholic. They didn't practice nothing. From my mother's side, they came from the Spain lineage or Spain connection. From my father's side, my forefathers came from West Africa. As they migrated to Europe, and then to the Caribbean island, and then finally to the Dominican Republic, where my father was born. I was raised in a family that, though they called themselves Roman Catholic, from my mother's side especially, they were also involved in the occult. My maternal grandmother was a high priestess in the Caribbean occult called Santeria. How many of you have heard of that? She was a high priestess, and I won't get into all the details and what I saw growing up in such a family. Since I was a little boy, I was acquainted with spirits because of that. When I was a little boy, I would see it happening in my own house, but being 5, 6, 7 years old, hiding, watching what was happening. When I came into ministry and into the ministry of Deliverance, that was not my first time of witnessing spirits speaking out of people. I had seen it as young as 5, 6, 7 in my own living room at home. Because every Friday night they would have a party to welcome the spirits. And I would be, no child was supposed to be in the living room, but you know, little children we want to see. So I am acquainted, have been acquainted with the spirit world since 5, 6, 7 years old. Ed Citronnelli used to be a scary kid. I couldn't see a horror movie at that age because I wouldn't be able to sleep for I don't know how long. I used to do everything my friends would do. Even though if I didn't want to do it, I would just do it just to be liked or to be accepted. I was a follower, never a leader. Full of fear, full of insecurities, full of things that kept him in a state of not being sure of who he was for years growing up. Ed Citronnelli, for some strange reason, was taken and plucked out of the fire from a family that practiced witchcraft, from a neighborhood where the name of the game, either you sold drugs, took drugs, or died, or went to jail. For some strange reason, God made a way out of that and gave me the ability to play sports. And I went and played baseball on baseball scholarships, and only because of that, I was plucked out of the fire of my neighborhood. Up to now, many of my friends that I grew up with are either dead because of drugs, dead because they got into shootouts because of drug territory, or they're in jail. And many of them are still in jail 20, 30, 40 years later. Did God take me out? For years, I did not know anything. On a baseball scholarship, God brought me to a place called Ranger, Texas. Population 5,200 people. A New York City boy going to a backward small town of 5,000 people. I didn't know where I was. I don't know why I was there. But years later, I found out that God used baseball to bring me out of the environment that could have killed me or could have gotten me into drug or even jail. He brought me to Ranger, Texas. And to make a long story short, on September 1983, he led me through my roommate to a small Baptist church in Ranger, Texas. And that's where I first came across and had an encounter with Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. Not having anyone to teach me or to guide me, I backslid twice. I wanted to play baseball so bad. I didn't want to go to no church or read the Bible. I wanted to go to play baseball and play for the Yankees one day. He used baseball to bring me to his knowledge. He used baseball to bring me out of the fiery furnace. And he called me. And for 18 years, immediately after my salvation experience, I had dreams every year, multiple dreams per year, with evil spirits, casting demons out at 19 years old. 18 years old, and I didn't understand it because there was no one to teach me. But for 18 years, he was training me. He was making me aware of that world through 18 years worth of dreams. Jesus appeared to me 3 times, and I say this with all humility because till this day I don't know why, I don't know how, but I am grateful and thankful and humble. He appeared to me 3 times. Satan appeared to me 2 times. The second time he appeared to me in person. I began to walk with the Lord and desired His power because I saw when I was 6, 7, 8 years old that there were other powers that were making people suffer. And because what I saw in dreams, that augmented my desire for power to help somebody.